The following video is of Sims 4. Sims 4 is rated T for teen, for crude humor, sexual themes, and violence. Hey guys! Welcome to a new video. Halloween is coming, so this is my little friend Steve. He's gonna hang out with us today. And anyway, I've got kind of a fun thing to show you today. I have actually attempted to build Sanctum from the 100, and I think that you guys will really like it. So let's do a walkthrough, and I will show you what I've done. This spider's getting a little distracting, so I may have to tell Steve to go. But let's take a look. Okay guys, so this is my build. I'm back. I am a vampire. I think this is supposed to be a pool of the blood of my victims. So let's get started. I also think the teeth are cool. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys have seen The 100 on Netflix, but I have binge watched all of it and I'm obsessed with it. So I was like, hey, this Sanctum building's pretty cool. I wonder if I could build that. And, for the first 2 days of building this, I thought to myself, no, I cannot. I can't do it. But, I've done it. Here we are. I've achieved my goals. I hope that you are proud of me. This is my Sanctum on a hill. I've tried my best. You know, there's a few things that we had to kind of, what's the word? There were things that I had to improvise. So, basically, you know, there were some spiral staircases. Couldn't do that. So, I did kind of like these looking things, instead, because it did have kind of like a winding staircase, kind of like intertwining kind of thing. And then one of the little things had like one of these little things. That's actually one of those like round things with little orbies, and I forget what it's called, but it's actually like a moving object. You just can't tell because it's like inside of the roof. I was pretty proud of myself for that. I do kind of wish that I could have made it a different color, but you know what? Silver's fine. It's the closest I got. So, it's my little tower, which, actually a lot of these towers are not usable, obviously because of the weird shape of the building. It's actually not very practical as a build model. So, there are some things that are improvised in this, you know, for instance, we couldn't make the surrounding area. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but in the 100, it's kind of like the castle is on top of like a hill with the other hills and like the other houses and stuff. We couldn't do that. There's obviously not enough room. So with our limited amount of space, I just did the tippy hilltop of Sanctum, and I think it turned out pretty good, guys. It turned out pretty good. Let's start at the very top. We've got our mystical, deserty, like, crate area. All of the people in Sanctum live in these crates. They're like refurbished crate homes that they have created. And they're actually pretty cool. There are people who actually do live in crate homes, obviously, so that was a cool thing that they just added to The Sims with eco life that made this so much easier. But yeah, we've got ladders, we've got balconies, we've got stairs. I tried to put the stairs as good and as close to it as I could. Obviously, you know, there are a few things that were not going to be exact. For instance, these stairs were supposed to be like a little bit further back, but it just didn't look right when I was building it. So that's where the stairs are. They are all usable. You can get up there. Sanctum as a whole, as the castle, I really enjoy it. It took me a while to find this ring thing, but I think there was something with the, I think it was in the Star Wars pack that actually worked perfectly from Debug. And you guys are gonna have to use ignore ignore gameplay, unlocks entitlement. You're gonna have to use move objects. You're gonna have to use show hidden objects and show live edit objects for this build, because there was a lot that I needed from debug to build this, and to make it, you know, believable as Sanctum. So, yeah, we've also got all of the characters. I made all of the main characters from the show, and hopefully they look okay. Like, we got, like, Octavia Blake right here. Let's see. I might just show you guys after, actually. It might just be easier to show you in the gallery, but, okay, anyway. I want to show you a little bit of the inside of this buildings, and there's a lot of stuff going on. Everything, obviously, is not, like, exact replica. I wasn't sure which pods were which, through just watching the show, so I kind of had to just improvise and make, like, little random homes, but, there are some rooms and things that are very heavily inspired, by the actual show. For instance, the actual structure of the crates, I tried to make exact. Like, I tried to have, like, the crates, like, shaped and, like, facing the directions that it looked like in the shots. So I think you'll notice that, you know, those are pretty accurate. The colors, I also tried to match the colors as well as I could. But with the improvision, a good example would be this. This is the garage where they, you know, fix their motorcycles and stuff. Obviously, there wasn't actually enough space to fit it in a crate, like, on the show. So, you know, there's not a desk there like there should be. And there was also kind of, like, another room on the side of it. But when you actually go and you build the crate, that stuff doesn't actually fit in there. So, you know, obviously there was some creativity happening in the making of that show that just doesn't make it functional for The Sims. But yeah, we've got our little, like, bike/science repair shop here, and you can actually go upstairs. And, I can't remember which of the primes it was that lived above the, above the repair shop, but I did make him, like, a little room with, like, a bed and a computer and some, like, science stuff and a shower, just because they had mentioned that he lived up there, even though I don't think they really showed him living there or, like, showed the inside of it, but I just, you know, put it there as, like, a little Easter egg of the show. Also, I remember there being some scenes of people, like, up on these things, like, as a balcony, which I thought was pretty cool. So I've got some, like, chairs, some tables, and boxes, like maybe some storage that they're trying to just, you know, keep out of the way. So yeah, there's, like, 2 of those areas, that I built on top of the crates, which I think worked out pretty well. They look believable, I think. And of course there was the schoolroom. The schoolroom was on the bottom floor, in the original shots of when they were entering Sanctum, but I wasn't really, like, sure which rooms they were, so I just put it in this one. I did as good of a job as I could. I remember there was lots of tables, and I got some lanterns hanging here. We got, like, you know, all the arts and crafts, and of course books on the table, because when she finds the book about the Red Sun, it's in this room. So I wanted to make sure that I included some books so that it would kind of fit that narrative. And yeah, this is where the kids go to school and they do their arts and crafts. So yeah, it's pretty cool. They got, like, this little balcony out here. And under here, we have one of our homes. I built all of the homes pretty similar. I just used kind of, like, the broken down countertops and stuff because, you know, in their city, everything is kind of, like, refurbished or recycled. And it really helped to have the eco life set pack, because obviously there's, like, a lot of stuff like that. So we do have our first cabin. And then if we go through here, this is just kind of like a little sitting area. Looks like John's in here. I'm not really sure what he's doing. He's just chilling. We got some like knitting stuff, some books. And then if we go down a level, when we go in here, we've got another cabin. There's actually a lot of bedrooms and lots of bathrooms in this build because obviously like each container is kind of like a home for someone. So that's how I built it. I built each one like its own kind of like refurbished crate home, if you will. And got little bathrooms like this. I used these curtain dividers to kind of section it off without using walls because I don't remember there really being walls in the inside. It kind of seemed like in a lot of the crate homes, it was just kind of like placed just so with like dividers and things. So I tried to kind of follow that. A little kitchen here. Now, okay, another improvisation that we had to make was the playground. There's a huge playground off to the left side of Sanctum, and obviously there's not enough room for that, so I just put, you know, little slide, swing set, lantern tree. It works. It's a playground, okay? It counts. And so that is all of this side. Let's check out this side though, because there's still more over here. We've got another home in this crate. This one's kind of a wider crate. Not much to it, you know, just shower, desk, table, small kitchen. It's kind of, you know, the bare bones. They didn't really have a lot, most of the villagers, so. Then also in here, we just got like a little playroom for the kids. And, they didn't really say this was a thing in the show, but I just thought it would be really cute to like make a room for kids. Like, there's 2 toddler beds and 2 child's beds. Just to kind of like make it seem like, you know, if there are children that are not with a family, this is where they would live. Assuming that there were more children than adults, because from the show, it did seem like there were a lot of children, and I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them, you know, had parents who were lost to the red sun, and so forth. Then there's another room up here. This one's a little bit smaller, but it still has all of its charm. It's got like a little nook here, and, you know, kitchen, tiny bathroom. I did this one with like the thing on the actual wall. Another seating area up here. This one actually is just one of those like, you know, debug crates, so there's not actually anything inside of it. But yeah, and then down here, I noticed they had a lot of these like canopy things, so I just kind of put some around from debug, and I believe it's from, I want to say City Living, that those came with. But I just put some like, you know, Star Wars type stuff here just because it looked like spacey, and that was kind of the main theme of the 100. Was it was very galactic, but like they were traveling to different planets, and on this planet in particular, they had, you know, humans had just created their own like sanctum place to live. They got like a candle making station, a sink, and this bug thing. I don't know what to call it. You harvest bugs. I don't really know. And then they've also got like this food stand from Star Wars as well, and this awning is from Star Wars. I know not a lot of people are a fan of Star Wars. I was not, certainly when they announced it. I was actually very upset. But there are some cool like steampunky kind of like post-apocalyptic type things that looked pretty cool that I was able to use for this, so I was actually kind of thankful for the pack when I was building this. That's something to consider if you have been against the pack, because trust me, I very much was. Now, this is another improvisation that I had to make. As you see, this top part, this, that roof had to be like a certain, size for it to match the picture. So there leaves very little room to actually put something on the inside. And I wanted to make like the whole sanctum sacred place with the skeletons and everything. So I actually put that on the bottom and I put the bar on top instead. I hope that doesn't bother anybody, but that is the way that I did this. So let's go into the bottom first. And we're gonna check out the sacred room. So if you come in here, we've got all of the skeletons of the previous commanders slash primes of Sanctum. And just like in the show, there's a secret door back here with a little like doctor's science lab in here where they would turn people into Nightbloods so that they may become primes, which I thought, you know, had to put that in there. I put like a little skeleton in here, just like, you know, foreshadowing. That's the fate that you're going to meet one day. And of course, due to space, I had to put Josephine's room attached to this. And I know it's kind of like the opposite side because it's actually supposed to be on the other side of the castle, but I wanted it to be on the main floor, so I actually just put it right here. So it's kind of just, you know, right through the sacred room. But if you can remember Josephine's room, it was very like painter-esque. Like she was an artist. She liked to dance and paint around her room. She had lanterns hanging from the ceiling. So I tried my best to replicate her room. This one was really fun. This was the funnest room to make because there's just so much going on. There's lots of clutter, and I love rooms with clutter. And I also really love making art rooms. So this was definitely my forte. Now, over here is usually supposed to be a hallway. But since, you know, obviously this space wasn't there, I just made it into a nook, and I put like a table and a picture with the picture above it. And I tried to match it as good as I could to like where there's the archway to the hallway. They had kind of that similar thing that you could see through that archway. So yeah, now it's like a little reading nook type thing. And we've got her little painter set. I even I literally went to the video and I paused it and I tried to create it as closely as I could. We've got the red lamps. We got the tables with, you know, plenty of alcohol on them because she was like drinking quite a bit through that show. And also we've got like this little table with the picture, and she had kind of like an arts and crafts cart thing, but it looked like a beverage cart, but it just had like rolls of like canvas and stuff on it. So that's pretty much the best I could do. I just made it like a little knitting spot. We've got our easel and our little painter's drawer thing. I don't really know what to call that. It's called like artist's companion or something. Just like little artsy canvases around. The wall, when they zoom out on her painting, looked very much like this. It was a red wall with lots of paintings on it. Like she had been just painting all of these things. So that's what I did. I just got a bunch of painting looking things and I just put them on the wall, tried to canvas them as well as I could, and really made it into the artist room that Josephine has in the show. It even has her full-length mirror. This I added. She had like these little divider type things in her room. I didn't know it was on the other side of them, but I just put a bathroom in here. So she has like a full bath, which is nice for her. So yeah, that's a room that I really enjoy. Now I want to go upstairs. We're gonna go up here. I did put the microphone. You know, you never know when Russell's gonna want to come out and tell everybody what to do. So he needs his microphone. We're gonna go up into the bar. Again, the bar is a lot smaller than it should be, but I do think that I did a pretty good job with the space that's available. It looks like Raven Reyes is in here. She's checking out this divider. I don't know how she feels about it, but hopefully she likes it, because that's what we got. She's very stinky. She should probably take a bath. But yeah, we got the flags, we got the little lanterns that hang from the ceiling. They also had like these weird kind of like hanging lights in the middle, so I added that as well. We've got a buffet table, so you can just fill the buffet table and all of your Sims will be able to eat off of it. And when you do that, they actually do all come up here and they hang out in the bar area, which is pretty nice. And you can hire a mixologist, and it looks pretty legit, in my opinion. Now back here, there was supposed to be like an exit that goes outside. But again, the spacing just wasn't right. Like, there was no way to make that work. So I just put like a little windowy type thing. They did have a fan on the wall, so I added a fan as well. Oh, and over here they had these weird like structured honeycomb looking things. So I thought, like, you know, these dividers are actually pretty perfect for that. And I just put them on either side of the door. There's actually another room that you guys can see, and it's the room that Amori and John shared when they became primes. So this is that room. It looks like Clark is sleeping in there currently. I didn't assign them their beds, so that's probably why. But I did notice that, you know, they had a dresser with like kind of like a rounded structure on it, so I just tried to mimic that as much as possible. Tried to make it look like they were kind of royalty, because that's what they were in the show. Essentially was a type of royalty or like a god. So I just tried to replicate it the best that I could. I knew that she had this rounded window. I actually knew that the other room was supposed to have a rounded window as well, but again, it's just like the size of the tower that was in front of it just couldn't fit around like elaborate window like that. So she gets one, Josephine doesn't. But she does have like a desk here. If you remember, it's actually supposed to be the rounded one here, but again, I had to improvise, because when she gets out of bed and she realizes I don't know if I should say spoilers, but spoilers, and she looks out the window, and it's a desert. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, maybe, okay, whatever. But anyway, there's supposed to be the round window there. I just put like a little nook with chairs, and I actually put a potted plant into this. I think it's an eco pot. I think it came with eco, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, this is John and Amori's room. I did the best I could. I hope that you're proud of me. So yeah, that is pretty much everything. And if you guys wanted to add more rooms, you thought you could add more rooms, please be my guest. If you guys want to edit this, obviously go for it. But that is my 100 Sanctum. I'm very, very proud of it. It only took, you know, like a whole week of my life to build. And I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. So, if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Of course, we are going to have our lovely montage at the end, as always. But if you guys are done with this video, I totally understand, and I will see you guys in the next one. Please make sure to subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. Also, I am on TikTok. I do kind of like makeup-y things. I also film my cats a lot, and make cringy videos. So, if that interests you, please check me out at Plum Hollow on TikTok. I promise, I do upload there a lot. So, if you guys are wanting to see more of me, that is a great way to see me on a more regular basis, because I do post to there kind of a lot. So anyway, I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a haunted Halloween. Goodbye.
you're just gonna stay, changing like the seasons. Been wasting all this time, should be like satellites cast beyond the sky. Leave our fate for another day. Riding these horizons, we'll find our way. We'll leave our fate and fade into the night. Just follow me to paradise. Just say we tried. Say the word and we can run around the earth and around the sun. Say the word and we can stay. Forget about that dirty maze. And I know you're leaving, 'cause I know the feeling. The streets stop breathing. I don't wanna wait. Say the word and we can run round the earth and around the sun. Say the word and we can stay. Say the word.